Welcome to my channel, where the stories are as real as they are shocking. This is a platform where people like us come to relax, unwind, and indulge in some high-quality storytelling. So if you're ready to dive right in, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Let's jump right into the story. A woman laughed at my poverty and called me poor trash. She also told me I would never amount to anything. But the next time we met, I made sure she knew who was boss. You see, I grew up poor. Really poor. My clothes were secondhand, my shoes barely held together, and I often skipped meals just to save a few coins. Life was tough, and sometimes all you have is the hope for a better tomorrow. Back in school, there was this girl. Let's call her Sarah. Sarah came from a wealthy family, always flaunting her expensive clothes, her gadgets, her father's car. But behind the shiny facade, I saw something else. Arrogance. One day, in front of the entire class, she sneered at me. Why don't you just drop out? People like you belong on the streets, not in school, she said, her words like shards of glass piercing my heart. Her friends snickered, their laughter echoing my humiliation. I stood there, fists clenched, anger boiling inside me. I wanted to scream, to fight, but all I could do was take the abuse. That moment burned into my memory. But I knew Sarah was wrong. I may have been poor, but I wasn't trash. And that name stuck with me like a badge of honor, fueling my determination to prove her wrong. I refused to let her words define me. No, I wouldn't drop out. I would show them all that I could succeed without the silver spoon she was so proud of. That night, lying in my tiny, cheap bed, I vowed to work harder, study harder. I would turn my life around. It wouldn't be easy. Every day was a battle. During the day, I focused on school, soaking up knowledge like a sponge. After classes, I took on odd jobs, cleaning tables, delivering newspapers, fixing phones. Every job I did it well, knowing that each task was another step closer to my goal. Sarah, oblivious to my growing resolve, continued to mock me. She threw money around, buying designer clothes, laughing loudly, living the carefree life of the rich. But beneath the surface, her life was a mess. Failed relationships, broken friendships, academic struggles. She had everything she wanted, yet she was empty. Meanwhile, I poured every spare moment into my studies. Using free online courses and old library books, I taught myself coding, business management, marketing. I devoured every book, every article, saving important documents, highlighting key points, learning from the masters. The more I learned, the more I grew. Finally, I was ready. I launched my small startup from my tiny, rented apartment. It wasn't glamorous. My office was a corner of my bedroom, my desk wobbly, my chair a hand-me-down, my computer slow and outdated. But I didn't care. I had fire in my belly and a vision in my eyes. Slowly, my business grew. One contract turned into five into 50. Investors started taking notice. Within a decade, my startup had evolved into a powerful company. But fate had one last twist in store. Sarah's company was struggling. And guess who had the capital to buy it? Yup, me. The irony wasn't lost on me. Sarah, who had always looked down on me, was now in a position where she needed me. The day I signed the papers to acquire her company, I asked to meet the staff. There she was, sitting in the front row, still looking proud, still thinking she ruled the world. When I walked in as the new owner, her jaw dropped. Her eyes widened in disbelief. She whispered, "No, this can't be." I looked her straight in the eye and said, "Remember when you told me people like me belong on the streets? Well, today you work for me." Her face drained of color. The silence in that room was the sweetest music to my ears. I didn't fire her. I let her stay. Not out of kindness, but because sometimes the best revenge isn't destroying someone. It's watching them rise and letting them see how wrong they were. Sarah still works under me. She's no longer the top dog she once was. And every time she looks at me, she's reminded of a simple truth. Never mock someone's poverty. You never know who they might become. So what do you think? Was I too harsh on her? Should I have fired her? Despite working under me? Let me know your thoughts! And if you liked this story, don't forget to hit the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more amazing content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.